Hey everyone, Two Angry Frogs here, and today we're going to wrap up our guide on the Pandaria Remix factions. In this video, we'll cover the Klaxxi, Golden Lotus, Emperor Shaohao, and the Sunreaver Onslaught. It's a great time to get exalted with all of them, as the reputation gains in Remix are increased beyond what we would receive in normal gameplay, for the most part. So today we'll show you what is required to open the daily quest for these factions, if there are any farms you can do to speed up the rep grind, and what rewards you can expect when reaching Exalted. But before we begin, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you always know what we're up to next. Now, let's get into it. To begin the Klaxxi, when you reach level 35, you'll see a quest marker pop up at the Serpent's Spine in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. We talked to Bowmistress Lee to get the quests Falling Down and Nope, which has us defeat spiders and torch spider eggs. After taking care of the spiders and spider eggs, we turn the quests into Marksman Land, and turning in the quest Falling Down opens daily quests with the Klaxxi. Sort of. We'll get to this in a moment. We need to turn in both quests, and Marksman Land will give us a quest to investigate the infighting between the Mantids. When we investigate in the cave and defeat Adjunct Krezot, we get our first quest from the Klaxxi, which has us free the first Klaxxi Paragon, Kill Ruck the Wind Reaver, and this is where the actual opening of daily quests comes in. There are 4 Klaxxi Paragons that we will free throughout the Klaxxi storyline, and each of these will provide daily quests depending on which ones are active for the day. After releasing Kilrick from the Amber, we get the quests Wakening Sickness and Ancient Vengeance, which requires protecting Kilrick from the vengeful spirits and getting sapfly bits. Seems spending years in the Amber has left Kilrick a bit hungry. Once these quests are completed and turned in, we will pick up the quest The Klaxxi Council, which sends us to Klaxxi Vest, the main hub for the Klaxxi. At this point, we need to complete a series of quests to free the remaining Klaxxi Paragons and open all sources of daily quests. The second Paragon we will free is Malik the Unscathed. To begin this, we will pick up quests from Kilrick the Wind Reaver in Klaxxi Vest. These include the Dreg Clutches, which has us defeat 6 Shek-Zir Clutch Keepers, and Not Fit to Swarm, in which we defeat 30 Shek-Zir Swarmborn. Before heading off for these 2 quests, go ahead and pick up Amber Arms and a Source of Terrifying Power from Amber Smith Zik, since these quests are in the same area and reward a good amount of Klaxxi reputation. Once completing the quests in the Clutches of Shek-Zir, we will talk to Korik in Klaxxi Vest to pick up the quest Dead Zone, which will have us use the Resonating Crystal on the inactive Sonic Relay. This will open the quest In Her Clutch, which allows us to awaken the Klaxxi Paragon, Malik the Unscathed. Protect Malik until the awakening is completed, and then head back to Klaxxi Vest. Back at Klaxxi Vest, we'll talk to Korik again and pick up a Cry from Darkness to defeat the corrupted Paragon at Kaipari Vor. We will also pick up a few other quests since they are in the same area and again reward a good amount of reputation. These include Concentrated Fear from Amber Smith Zik to gather 4 Dread Amber Foci from Vorthic Fear Shapers, Citizens of a New Empire from Malik the Unscathed to gather 10 Vorthic Eggs, and the Dreadsworn from Malik to defeat 6 Vorthic Dreadsworn. After we finish up in Kaipari Vor, we head back to Korik to turn in a Cry from Darkness, and daily quests will open with Kilrick the Wind Reaver, and you get a whopping 5,000 Klaxxi reputation. Except the quest Amber is Life from Kilrick, which takes us to the Lake of Stars to release the Klaxxi Paragon Corvin the Prime. Once Corvin has awakened, we have multiple quests that we need to complete, including Feeding the Beast and Living Amber, in which we defeat Coldbite Crocolis and feed Living Amber to Corvin. After completing these, we pick up Kaipari Czar to activate the Sonar Tower, then defend Corvin the Prime as he examines the tree. Corvin will then give us the root of the problem to defeat the Coldbite Matriarch. After completing these, we have now opened daily quests with Corvin the Prime, and we only have one more Paragon to go. For this, we head back to Klaxxi Vest and pick up Extending Our Coverage from Korik. After we defeat Adjunct Zetuk, Korik gives us several quests. One of these, By the Sea Nevermore, awakens the final Klaxxi Paragon, Kastik the Manipulator. Kastik will have us complete a short series of quests including Reunited, in which we escort Kastik to the undisturbed dirt. For this, stay slightly behind Kastik and within his range. as muck-scale enemies will randomly appear to attack, and you need to keep him protected until reaching the dirt. After reaching the undisturbed dirt and Kastic summons Kovac, you get 2 follow-up quests. Feed or be eaten to feed Kovac 6 succulent turtle fillets, and Kun Chong the Whisperer to defeat Oracle Hesir and 10 Muck-scale tribe members. At the location of Oracle Hesir, we pick up Falling to Pieces from Glowing Amber. Head back to Klaxxi Vest to turn in all completed quests, and you now have unlocked all 4 Klaxxi Paragons that give daily quests. You'll note that you receive a lot of reputation with each of the Klaxxi storyline quests, with the majority rewarding 500 or 1000 reputation. The Klaxxi storyline, depending on how much of it you complete, can provide most of the reputation you need to reach Exalted. So assuming, as we have talked about before, we keep our reputation gains when our characters are transferred to retail, after reaching Exalted with the Klaxxi, you'll have access to the Amber Scorpion and the Klaxxi Tabard once your character has been transferred. Also at Exalted are some really cool weapon transmogs that look like they've been dipped in amber. All of these would be purchased from Ambersmith Zik in Klaxxi Vest. In Remix, you will also complete the Klaxxi Reputation achievement, which awards a bronze cache. After reaching level 40, you gain access to the Golden Lotus at the Setting Sun Garrison in Vale of Eternal Blossoms. In comparison to the Klaxxi, this one is a breeze. There are no prerequisite quests to complete since we already did those when opening daily quests for the August Celestials. So we just head to the Setting Sun Garrison and start picking up dailies. In Remix, you will complete the Golden Lotus Reputation achievement, which awards a bronze cache. As with all other factions, if we keep our reputation in retail, you'll be able to purchase 3 mounts and the Golden Lotus Tabard from Jalu the Generous in either the Shrine of 7 Stars or Shrine of the 2 Moons. The mounts include the Azure Riding Crane, Regal Riding Crane, and Golden Riding Crane. Upon reaching level 45, you gain access to Emperor Shaohao, and this one is a true reputation grind in the likes of World of Warcraft in days past. There are very few daily quests, and there is no NPC to turn in Lesser Charms of Good Fortune to as of now. This is the classic method of defeating enemies over and over and over again. To start the quest line, we head to the Timeless Isles and talk to Watcher Alundra at Hujin Landing. She will send us to speak with Timekeeper Kairos at the Celestial Court. We have a couple of quests we need to complete before we actually start collecting Emperor Shaohao reputation. These start with a Timeless Tour in which we explore various locations across the Timeless Isle. Make sure to grab time in your hand since as we are completing other quests, we will pick up Timeless Coins. After we turn in a Timeless Tour, we pick up the Essence of Time, which requires obtaining an epic stone from one of the creatures on the Timeless Isle. After turning these quests in, we receive hints from the past, requiring we purchase a time-worn journal from Mistweaver Eye, and the Last Emperor, in which we speak to Emperor Shaohao. Turning in the Last Emperor starts a series of quests in which we very slowly begin gaining Emperor Shaohao reputation. Timeless Nutriment to consume a nutriment on the Isle. The red ripe crisp fruit are all over the place, so this is quick to complete. Way Shrines of the Celestials. The way shrines are located across the Isle, but you need to find an active one. Just click on the shrine, and then you can turn in the quest. Each shrine provides a buff, which can include offensive or defensive buffs. And then we get Path of the Mistwalker, which requires we kill 20 elite enemies across the Timeless Isle. After you turn in Path of the Mistwalker, then the grind begins. Drive Back the Flame requires that we get honored with Shaohao by defeating Yongle. We only get 5 reputation for normal enemies and 10 reputation for the elite Yongle. Note that you can pick up Path of the Mistwalker each day as a daily quest, so the best way to complete this is to defeat Yongle at the same time since these include elite mobs. So you can both defeat Yongle and complete the daily quest while gaining reputation for both. At Exalted, you will complete the Emperor Shaohao Reputation achievement, which awards a bronze cache. There are multiple items that you can purchase with Timeless Coins from Mistweaver Ku. For 100,000 coins, he sells the Heavenly Golden Cloud Serpent. For more modest amounts of timeless coins, you can buy masks of each of the Shah and Pandaria, which are simply vanity items, the Celestial Defender's Medallion toy, and the pet Harmonious Porcupet. You can also purchase the Time Lost Artifact trinket, which can act as a teleport to the Timeless Isle. Finally, at level 50, you can head to Townlong Steps near the Shadowpan Garrison and pick up the quest The Storm Gatherers from Scout Captain Elsia if Horde and Varisa Windrunner if Alliance. This will start the storyline to open the Sunreaver Onslaught for Horde and the Kirin Tor Offensive for Alliance. For either side, we need to complete 5 solo scenarios that open the various areas of the Isle of Thunder. The first scenario is Assault on Zeb Tula. Our goal here is to survive the troll ambush, break down the barricades leading into Zeb Tula, and once inside, defeat Arcanatul Tulachek. For the fight itself, you can simply stand in the protective dome. It takes a little longer to defeat him this way, but it's pretty straightforward. If you're caught outside the dome, Tulachek's mask will silence you. After the assault scenario, we'll pick up Break Down the Wall. For this one, we need to find and pick up the lost explosives and deliver them to Elsia or Varisa. Once the explosives are used to blow open the wall, we're tasked with defeating War God Alchukla. Alchukla is very straightforward. Just avoid the lightning poles he casts while DPSing him down, and we're good to go. Our next scenario is To the Skies, and thankfully it looks like it has been hotfixed, so it can be completed now without needing to burst absurdly high amounts of DPS. To start, you will take off on a Thunderwing flying mount, and shortly after takeoff, you'll be attacked by the trolls. You'll need to jump from one troll Thunderwing to the next, defeating all of the trolls. After defeating them, you are dropped off and must defeat Beastmaster Haraki. This is another straightforward, just DPS down the enemy fight. After defeating Haraki, we'll talk to Teoshi to enter the mines and make our way to the front of the mines, defeating enemies along the way. At the end, we'll get to Slave Master Shaizu. During the fight, Shaizu will hit you with 3 shackles. You simply need to move far enough away from all the shackles to break them and avoid his deadly kick. And with that, we're done with Scenario 3. For the 4th scenario, we talk to Teoshi to accept the quest Decisive Action. The first thing we need to do here is deactivate sentry totems. You want to do this in a path that allows you to get up the stairs and then up the hill to the left after reaching the top of the stairs. This will get you through the area without alerting any remaining sentries. If you alert any remaining sentries, the sentry will call a bunch of trolls, and that can be deadly. You can see here how I disabled the sentries to create a full path. After disabling the sentries, you'll be dropped off on one of the ships. Stay with Teoshi here and use the sap on the marked enemies when Teoshi instructs you to. After disabling the guards and planting the explosives, you'll head down to defeat Captain Halakau. After defeating the captain, we head up out of the ship, and this is where the sentry disabling comes in. We need to make it up the hill to defeat Hussein the Gatekeeper. When Hussein empowers his axe, simply stay out of range, DPS him down, and we are on to the final scenario. The final scenario is to defeat Shan Bu, who is working to resurrect the Thunder King's dragon. The first part of the scenario is straightforward, and we just need to survive a small assault of trolls and 2 palace gatekeepers. For Shan Bu, simply avoid the area ground effects and burn down the ads, what he calls them. With the final scenario completed, you now have access to all daily quests for the Sunreaver or Kirin Tor. You will also have a portal back and forth from the Sunreaver or Kirin Tor base camp connected to the same spot in the Shadowpan Garrison and Townlong Steps where we first talked to Elsia or Varisa Windrunner. The Sunreaver and Kirin Tor reputation is gained slowly like the August Celestials and Emperor Shaohao. So you need to do a lot of dailies to get to Exalted, and there are a lot of them each day to complete. Daily quests will center in specific areas in the Isle of Thunder each day, and you should see anywhere from 7 to 12 quests. Note that you may need to pick up the Accept an Assignment quest to see the daily starting quests, but you do not actually receive any Sunreaver bounty items. At Exalted with Sunreaver or Kirin Tor, you will complete the achievement and be awarded a bronze cache. As with almost all other factions we have covered, depending on if our characters keep the reputation gains, you'll be able to head back to the Isle of Thunder to buy the glorious standard of the Kirin Tor Offensive Battle Standard, the Kirin Offensive Tabard, and the Golden Primal Dire Horn mount. For the Horde, you'll be able to buy the Glorious Standard of the Sunreaver Onslaught, Sunreaver Onslaught Tabard, and the Crimson Primal Dire Horn mount. And with that, we have covered the final factions that award achievements in Remix. There are a few other reputations, such as the Shadow Pan Assault, that we did not cover, but these are not required to complete the Exalted achievements. Some factions are quick to complete, such as the Order of the Cloud Serpent, and others are going to require a major grind, such as Emperor Shaohao. But with how Blizzard has been hot-fixing things within a couple of days of us releasing a video, I expect to change to Shaohao before next week. Let us know what you think down below in the comments, and don't forget to hit the join button and become a member for custom emotes, badges, and more. And everyone, have a great day.